Welcome to West Virginia. My name is Cheryl and this is my channel, Tranquil Stitches. Today is Thursday, December 30th, 2021, and I'm here to share with you my 2021 finishes. I have 21 of them. I didn't plan that. That's just the way it worked out, and I'm, happy coincidence. I am very pleased with my progress this year. I set out with a goal of at least 100,000 stitches, and I did meet that goal, which I'm very happy about. I don't know about that level of progress next year, but you never know. I stitched more this year than I ever have. I've got more accomplished this year than I have in the entire 30 plus years that I've been stitching. I was just highly motivated this year. Like I said, I have 21 finishes, so I'll give you as much detail as I can about them, and I've got some numbers for each one of them, which, you might find interesting. I found it interesting as far as how many stitches are, in each piece that I was able to count. So without further ado, let's get started. My first finish of 2021 was a blue to sheen heart, and since I have finishes of these, I'm not going to show you the cover photos because you'll see the design in its entirety. But here's where it was the 1st of January, and I will show you the 1st of January pictures on all these whips that were whips when I came into this year. I finished it on February 13th, which is pretty cool. It's the day before Valentine's Day, and it's a heart. Anyway, 2021 stitches, 3,062, and total stitches, 3,599. And here's my finish. This one is actually charted in more than one color. The leaves are green. I mean more than 2 colors, but I just stitched it in red and white. So, very pleased with that one. These blue to sheen hearts are out of print now. They're pretty hard to find, but I have a few of them that I collected back in the day, so I'm very happy I did. So that's my number 1 finish of 2021, and I'm not sure where I'm going to put these one. I didn't think that through. I'll just put them over there. Okay, my second finish was Fractal Bird by Shakespeare's Peddler. This was a kit that I got at a retreat in October of 2018, I'm pretty sure. I finished this one on March 8th. 2021 stitches, 551. So this one didn't have very far to go. Here's where it was the 1st of January. And total stitches, 1,404. So this one has 1,400 stitches in it. Now that's what I counted, with human error, may not be perfect, but isn't he cute? Everything that you needed for the kit was in it, except for the fabric. There's no fabric, I don't think, but I love him. So he was a very quick little finish. Now, like I said, on March 8th, I finished 3 in March. No, two. Okay, my next March finish was Town of Halloween by Primitive Hair. This design is in the 2012 Just Cross Stitch Halloween issue. And here's where it was on January 1st. I finished this one on March 20th. This year I put in 3,620 stitches, and total stitches are 4,587. And here it is. And I used Gentle Arch Raven. It has a green, like it's a black with a really dark green in it. And I just did it in one color. Love this one. I like it. I love them all. I love them all. But this one's really cute. So that's Town of Halloween by Primitive Hair. The next finish was Potions, Bruising, Spells by Cherished Stitches. This one was in the 2016 Just Cross Stitch Halloween issue. Here's where it was on January 1st. I finished it April 24th. This year I put in 3,372 stitches, and I counted a total of 3,989 in the piece. And here it is. Now, I did not, there's another section down here, but my fabric wasn't big enough, and I really wanted it on this fabric. So I just lopped it off right there. But I like it where it is. So this is 1/1, and I think it's Classic Colorworks something. I can't remember. It's one of their blackish grays. I love that alphabet. I say that every time I show you this thing, but I do. Potions, Brews, and Spells, finish number 4 by Cherished Stitches. My 5th finish was a little one. Started Mayhem 2021, so I started this year. I finished it May 17th. This is by Homespun Elegance, so I don't have a January 1st picture because I didn't start it until March. Total stitches for 2021 are 1,028 stitches. So here's the finish. I start to say here's where it is, but that's where it's going to be. That sampler flag, just a really quick little finish, and I just, you know, patriotic and red, white, and blue and gold, and I just love it. So that sampler flag by Homespun Elegance. My 6th finish, here's where it was January 1st. This is Wash Day Again by Canterbury Designs. And I finished this one May 24th of this year. This year's stitches, 6,555. And total stitches, 7,064. And here's the finish. And I chose to do mine in green, and I think that's 924. Pretty sure. So there's that one. You can stitch it in any color you want. This design, unfortunately, is pretty hard to find as well, but you can find it on Etsy sometimes and on eBay. And if I ever run across it, you know, I'll put a message up on my channel to let you know that I found it somewhere. So that's Wash Day Again by Canterbury Designs. This is Wash Day Again. There is a Wash Day, the first one. This is their second one of that one. Okay, 7th finish for the year, Beggar's 4th by Threadwork Primitives. Here's where he was the 1st of January. I finished him on May 28th. This year's stitches, 2,063 to finish him up. And he has a total of 3,938 stitches. I'm thinking I used my own colors for this one. Pretty sure. Love this series. I'm actually starting Beggar's Luck next year for St. Patrick's Day. And I have Beggar's Night already finished for October, so I want to do them all. So that's Beggar's 4th by Threadwork Primitives. Turn the page, wash your hands. My 8th finish for the year was Garden of Life by Blackbird Designs. Here's where it was the 1st of January. I finished it on June 26th, which was my daughter's birthday. This year, I put in 3,950 stitches, so almost 4,000 stitches to finish it up. It has a total of 4,816. And it says, "Friends are the flowers in the garden of life." Very, very pretty. I think I did change this one up just a little bit. The Friends, I think, was in the same color as the words, but I made that in that pink color. And I love the specialty stitches. I'm not really sure. I don't remember what they are in the bird's wing, but it just makes it pop. So that's Garden of Life by Blackbird Designs. I'm pretty sure that's a Loose Feathers, but I'm not really sure which one. Okay. My next finish is from Jardin Privé. This was a gift from my BFF. And actually, I think a couple of these were. Here's where this one was. Little piddly where it was on January 1st. I lost this whip for a while. Couldn't find it. I finished it on July 13th. This year's stitches, 1,719. And total stitches, 1,915. And I had some fun with this one as well. And there's where it is. Ooh, that orange is really washing out. I think I have too much light in here. But yeah, that orange, let me see if I can fix that. Well, that's a little bit better. The skeleton and the pumpkin are glow in the dark. So that's Halloween by Jardin Privé, my 9th finish for the year. My 10th finish is another small one. This is Freedom Needlebook by Stacy Nash. This was a Mayhem start for me this year, so there's no January 1st picture. I finished this one on the 13th of July. This year's stitches, 1,561, and that's the total. Love this one. And this one, the buds were supposed to be all red, but I made them red and blue. And I think there was a crown in it somewhere, and I chose not to put that in there. So that's Freedom Needlebook by Stacy Nash. My next finish, number 11, is Baby It's Cold Outside by Heartstring Samplery. And here's where it was on January 1st. I finished it on August 18th. Total stitches this year, 4,528. For a total of 5,028 stitches in it. So I must have had 500 when I started. So here's where it is. Well, yeah, here's where it is. I chose to make my house blue on this stormy fabric. I used blue and grays instead of the red and browns, red and golds. And remember, if you stitch this, you got to put the apostrophe in the its, because it's not in the chart. But I just love how it turned out. So that's Baby It's Cold Outside by Heartstring Samplery, finish number 11. Finish number 12 was the third Mayhem piece that I finished this year. I started 10 in March, and I finished 3 of them. This is another small one. It's Yale Crow by Heart in Hand. I have 2,003 stitches in this one, and I finished it on August 26th. I changed it up a little bit too. I put my initials in orange. Very, very seldom do my initials line up. So when they do, I try to take advantage of that. And it has the little buttons somewhere, little buttons. There, and I think there's one down here somewhere. I might be wrong, I don't feel it. But that's, what is that? Yale Crow by Heart in Hand. I've got several of her bird designs that I want to do. No, okay, finish number 13 is Moon Garden. Now the rest of these, No, never mind. Moon Garden by Blackbird Designs. I started this one as my daily 30 piece for August. So I stitched on this one every day in August for 30 minutes at least. And it's by Blackbird Designs. I don't remember if I said that. I finished it August 31st. And it has a total of 4,983 stitches in it. Love this purple fabric. I think it's an R&R plum something. Can't remember. It is just, and the colors, I'm the camera on the wrong side again. The colors in it, just a soft pinks and greens. That's my jam. So pretty. That's Moon Garden, Blackbird Designs. Finish number 14 was Fright Night by the Fat Quarter Shop. It's a Fat Quarter Shop exclusive, and they did it as a mystery stitch along. I finished this on August 31st. This is where it was on January 1st. This was a 2020 mystery stitch along that they did in October of that year, last year. 2021 stitches are 4,730 and total stitches 8,129. And I had a ball with this one. I changed all the colors up, changed the root of the tree, put a face in the pumpkin. The moon is glow in the dark, the ghost is glow in the dark, the trim on the house is glow in the dark, so it just pops when it lights up. I used black étoile for the bat. I just had so much fun with this. It was so much fun to stitch. I just love it. So that's Fright Night by the Fat Quarter Shop. Finish number 14. Finish 15 is Thanksgiving Sampler by Mary Beale. I got this out of one of her little pocketbooks. And I did this one as a September Daily 30. Started at September 1st and finished it in September on the 15th. Total stitches 1,535. And this chart was black and white when I started it. I had no idea what it was going to look like. I looked for a picture prior to starting it, couldn't find it. So it was a lot of fun seeing it come together. So that's Thanksgiving Sampler by Mary Beale. Finish 16. It's one of my favorites. This is my West Virginia home. Here's where it was on January 1st. This is my Hands to Work. I finished it on 9/26, September 26th. This year I put in 5,240 stitches. And total stitches is 5,765. Pretty sure I started this for Mania in last year. But here's my finish. It's so tiny. I did it 1/2 on, I think it's a 36. It's either 36 or 40. I love those sheep. Look at the little noses. Can you even? And that very much reminds me of the school that I went to, my elementary school. It's a 2-story brick building. It's just beautiful. Love that. My West Virginia home, Hands to Work, finish 16. My finish number 17 is Strawberry Hill from With Thy Needle and Thread. Here's where it was January 1st. Pretty sure this was Mania last year. I finished it October 23rd. Did I say that? My stitches this year, 4,190. And total stitches, 4,616. A lot of these didn't have much progress on them at all on the first, and that's the way my whip go is going to be next year as well. So here's Strawberry Hill. by With Thy Needle and Thread, Brenda Gervais. Love it. I'm still not sure why she didn't make the crows black, but they work. They're in gray, grayish black. So, love it. Strawberry Hill finish number 17. My finish 18 is a little one, but there's a lot of stitches in here. This was my October Daily 30. It's Quilty Barn by Fat Quarter Shop. This was also a stitch along. And I took one of the individual barns and made it pink for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and I also put my little kitty cat in the barn. So I finished it on October 25th. It has 2,873 stitches. There's almost 3,000 stitches in this little barn. So all solid stitches though. I'm so pleased with that, y'all. Look how cute. And the way these barns were designed, the square, you could use any of their little stitch card designs to put in the square. And that's what I pulled her from one of the fall ones. I think she was meant to be like a Halloween cat because the flower in it was orange. So I changed it to pinks, the same pinks that I used in the chart, and put her little pink collar on. So that's Quilty Barn. Fat Quarter Shop, finish number 18. Finish number 19, we're almost there. This is Colorful Eagle by Kitty and Me Designs. My friend Pamela Kellogg. Here's where he was the 1st of January of this year. He got a ton of work. He got at least 400 stitches a month this year. 7,076 stitches in 2021. And he has a total of 7,872 stitches. Proud of this guy. He is so handsome. My husband loves him. I hope you can see the sparkle. That gold is number 4 braid from Krynick. It's all through. It outlines all the feathers. So he's very sparkly in person. Those eyes are just so intense. Nobody better mess with me. I love it. So that's my Colorful Eagle by Kitty and Me Designs, finish 19. This is my BAP finish for the year. So happy. If you've been with me a while, you know which one this is. Guys, okay. I went back into my email because I have years and years and years of email. I never clean my, well, I can't say I never cleaned it out. I cleaned the spam out of it, but I'd never delete anything out of my original email. I found the email where my BFF and I started this project together when it came out, shortly after it came out. I sent her an email on January 29th, 2008, and told her that I started this piece. This piece is almost 14 years old. I have moved, I don't know how many times in that time period. 14 years old. It was a whip, then it was a UFO for years, and then it was a whip, then it was a UFO, and now it was a whip for the last 3 years. I've plugged away on it, and I finished it. So this is Inspiration by Rosewood Manor. My oldest whip. Here's where it was on January 1st. I finished it on December 13th. Lots of happy dancing. Physical happy dancing. Yeah, I literally got up and danced. This year I've put in 6,976 stitches. And total counted in this piece is 8,461. But that's nowhere near how many stitches are in this piece. That's just since I've started counting. And here she is. She's done. She is done. Inspiration by Rosewood Manor. And I have to say, that middle part, this was an absolute joy to stitch. First of all, it was a joy. I don't know why I put it away for so many years. I really don't. Well, there was a time there that I didn't really stitch at all for a couple years. And then when I did stitch, you know, I picked up things that were new, you know, all the bright shiny stuff. And, you know, it just languished. I'll give you a close-up. I hope I'm in frame with her. There's just so much to see. I thought I stitched this on a 36 count, but according to that email, it is a 40 count Lakeside linen. I'm not sure what color. It's just a pretty neutral. Look at that middle part. See those little over one people? They are so tiny. But it is a 40 count, so it's a manageable size. There's a lot of stuff going on in that manageable size. I just love it. Everything is mirrored except for the center part. All these are mirrored, you know. The birds are mirrored, all the flowers are mirrored. Yeah. So thank you for coming on that journey with me. Like I said, the whole time I've been doing FlossTube, it was my intention to get that done every year, and I just didn't do it, and this year was the year. So marked inspiration off of my WIP list. And the last finish I finished on December 21st. This is Silent Sampler. This is another Rosewood Manor. Didn't intend that to happen, but it worked out. Here's where it was on January 1st. In this one, this year, 4,177 stitches. And it has a total of 6,130 stitches in it. And here it is. Isn't that pretty? It is absolutely beautiful. I think I changed the color. Okay, so it calls for 611, 610, 612. I think I went up, you know, it's in the same color family, but I didn't use, I used either the color down or the color up on the letters. And then I also went the color down on the basket. But other than that, it's the call for DMCs. Very happy with that finish. Love it. So that is my 21st finish for 2021. Silent Sampler by Rosewood Manor. 21 finishes. In those 21 finishes, for this year alone, 75,792 stitches. And except for the 3 small ones that I started for Mayhem, the rest of them were on my WIP go board. So, yeah, that's fabulous. 75,792 stitches. Now, total stitches, like I said, inspiration only has a fraction of how many are in there. So I can only tell you what I've counted since I started counting. Total stitches just in those 21 pieces, 91,296 stitches. So, very pleased, very pleased. So thank you for joining me for my finish parade for 2021. And I will be back soon with my whip parade. Like I said, I'm still stitching, and I don't want to do an incomplete whip parade. I think it'll probably be New Year's Day because, you know, I like to stitch all the way up to, you know, midnight on New Year's Eve. So until I see you again, have a wonderful new year and happy stitching.